How to add a second floor to an existing house, whether you're buying or already a homeowner. I cover an area called the Palos Verdes Peninsula. When you drive around there, you'll see some flags hanging off the sides of houses or up above houses and wonder what is going on there. Most people adding a second story or making an addition on their property try to do it kind of on the down low, not let other people know. But when you see these flags posted around properties in the Rancho Palos Verdes area, in Rolling Hills Estates and so on, they're making it pretty well known to everybody out there what that's going to look like. And the guidelines are written to do exactly that, to get everybody aware of what that new structure is going to look like, get input from neighbors, and get the city ultimately to approve a structure that meets the guidelines and got feedback from the community. Allow a period of contemplation and comment by the public and your neighbors to get to a place where the city then approves a structure either as submitted or as modified, subject to all of these inputs. Rancho Palos Verdes has been requiring these silhouettes since 1989, and the process takes 3 or 4 months. So that's something to know if you're looking at buying a property. You're probably not going to be able to do that during escrow. You have to be the owner to apply, and the time frame would take so long that it wouldn't typically be feasible in a purchase situation until after you've purchased the property. Adjacent Rolling Hills does not require or allow silhouetting for second stories because they don't allow second stories, but they have started allowing silhouette for new one-story construction since 1988. Rolling Hills Estates has endorsed the practice of silhouetting for new homes and remodelings since the 1980s. And you're probably wondering about San Pedro to the south. That's an area of LA County, and the information that I could find says that that really is just subject to the height requirements of Los Angeles. And if you meet the height requirements, you're okay. And if you don't meet the height requirements, you're not okay. So as with anything, if you're looking at San Pedro, don't take just the word of this video. Go check at the time that you're looking and confirm what's the right answer. The second one being, who's responsible for making sure that the project complies with whatever requirements and is going to get done in a way that you're happy? Well, all the paperwork that you'll sign when you purchase a house will give you several disclosures stating that that is the buyer's responsibility. It's not your agent or the city or the seller's responsibility to tell you that your new plan does or does not comply with certain guidelines. So I highly suggest that you do your homework. I do have an anecdote of different realtor friend's client who had come to her out in the Temecula inland area, and he had already purchased a land parcel, but then went to the county and found out that he could not build a residence on it. And so he was coming to her to help him buy a property that he could then put on a residence. We're going to talk about is what's the best choice on getting this second story addition onto a house in these areas or wherever you're looking to do that. And the easiest, most straightforward way would be to buy a home that is fully built the way that you want it. Now we know that that would be all upgraded and with the views and et cetera that you want. And the price of that initial buy-in would be quite a bit higher than buying a single story fixer and then thinking that someday you'll go ahead and modify it and add a second story. I have a contractor friend, general contractor, who lives in Mammoth and comes and does work in the Palos Verdes area. And he's done this for years and years. He'll live in the property, get this construction done, and then he's highly in demand, as you can imagine. He's experienced at it. But he's booking 1.5 years out. You have to own the property to book time with him and not just have it be a hypothetical project. So there are these time delays that would be built in. And if you have the time and you want the project, then that might be the solution for you. And if you don't have the time or may not want to take on the project, you could adjust your purchase price up front, perhaps use a little bit more of a loan, make it happen to get more of the footprint that you want.